Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Brandon Williams, my brother. He saved people's lives. He inspired people to do things that they are doing in their lives now. He did things for people that couldn't do things for themselves. That tells you what type of person he was.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Brianne Pomerini. Still, no arrests have been made after 27-year-old Brandon Williams was shot and killed outside of that bar. 10 others were also hurt.
Well, Brianne, tonight the family says that Brandon Williams had nothing to do with Sunday's shooting. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Hello world, I'm Tattoo.
Brandon, knew him from day one. He was a very funny person. He loved to joke with people. Very loving person. Easy to get along with. He tried to help any and everyone. Like I said, he loved to joke around. He loved his family.
Never get off of me!
Brandon was funny, crazy, creative, smart. To me, he was a genius. You know what I'm saying? Like, just different. He was always ourselves. He was just different from everybody else. Like, I don't know, we just clicked. The first time I came down here, my brother brought me down here to play with his big brother, and we just clicked, and we've been best friends ever since. Started off upstairs in the room, we was in the closet. Back then it seemed like it's like a mansion. Now it's just a little small little area, but yeah, that's how it started, and we've been best friends ever since.
This right here is my brother's room. There it is. This is the art that he done when he was younger, and he put it on my mom's wall. And so when she came home one day, this was on the wall.
A very outgoing person. He always kept everybody laughing, no matter what mood we was in.
I just want to tell you, what food did I want?
Ham and cheese.
No, I don't want no ham and cheese.
Different talent every day, just he'd make shirts sometimes. He drew a lot. It was just like whatever he think he can do, he put his mind to it, he gonna do it. And you gonna look at it and be like, that's good, even with his first time doing it. He was into painting his cars, and I was right there with him. He did tattoos, and I remember his first time, he got his little tattoo gun. We was right here and he got it. And we was upstairs and he was practicing on a pumpkin. I made fun of him for it, but as time went by, he got good at it. I'm mad I didn't get no tattoo by him before before it happened, but he just, with everything he did, he'd touch you with it. You see it, he'd touch you, like, man, you swear he was doing it all his life.
Brandon was quiet. You couldn't even hear him talk. You had to keep saying, what? What are you saying? What are you saying? Brandon didn't even ride a bicycle or tricycle. He rode a big wheel till he was about 7 or 8? 7, 8. They'd be on their tricycles and he did not want one. He would ride his big wheel. So we entered him into a big wheel contest. Brandon won that contest.
And he had a imaginary girlfriend. People from far away love Bay. Like, they asked when Bay is coming back.
Right.
So like when we did the funeral arrangement, we had to make sure Bay was the one that announced it.
Bring approximately 4 victims. Breaking right now, one person is dead and several more injured after a shooting at a South Bend bar early this morning.
One man dead, 10 others injured outside of Kelly's Pub early Sunday morning.
According to his autopsy, Williams' death ruled as a homicide.
So, June 23rd, gunshots. It's just gunshots. It's just gunshots. It's like gunshots.
I walked around and said hi to people, but then I came back to Brandon, and me and him were talking. Another friend had joined us, and we were talking for just a little bit, laughing, and we're pretty close to each other. About, right here, just in a little circle to hear each other. It's late, of course, we're in a parking lot. And we're talking. And shortly while we were just talking, next thing we hear is gunfire.
Some people was inside, some people was outside. It was supposed to be a birthday party for some lady, and basically everybody was just chilling, and basically I heard shootings. I ran across the street to the little meat market thing, and then I doubled back, and then when I doubled back, I seen Brandon on the ground, and everybody was screaming, saying he was shot.
So I spaz out, like I feel him whistling past my head, and I'm not thinking, a bullet goes straight. I'm running straight, but they always say you're supposed to zigzag if you're running from a bullet. So when it finally clicked, I'm running between some cars, and I'm trying to get to the car where we parked at. It just felt like a football field. Like the car was so far,
I started calling my cousin, who was also my baby's father's friend, and he's crying, and he says, "Cuz they shot little Brandon."
Make it to the car. It's a guy behind the building. He's shot. It's a guy across the street. He's shot. It's another guy across the street. He's shot. So people pulling out everywhere. There's cars going every direction. I wish I had never walked back up there. When I walked back up, I can remember Brandon laying on the ground and his feet kicking. It was just total chaos. You see stuff on TV that you never think you'll have to live that or see it, and it was just people everywhere, and people was crying, they screaming, and he laying on the ground. It was just a horrible sight.
I took a gray shirt, put it over his wound, tied it up over his wound, put some pressure on it, and then I started performing CPR. When I was performing CPR, basically, after that, we was out there for 30 minutes, and then they came, and they basically, the paramedics came, he pushed me off of him, get back, and he had the flashlight, and he basically seen that he was a shot victim, and he seen the wound was to the head, so they made us get back, and they ran across the street. And it was a lady with a stretcher. She came. They basically told her he was shot in the head. So they ran across the street and got somebody else. Because they saying that the other dude was shot in the leg. He had a 50-50 chance, basically, of living. Basically, they were saying, he was shot in the head. He's dead. Got somebody else. Brandon was basically out there for, I'm going to say about an hour.
Then was he breathing?
I didn't get to tell the paramedics nothing because they pushed me off of him. But when I covered up his wound. But the only reason why I started doing CPR because I started seeing him shortness of breath, and I started performing CPR on him. But he was moving. I was talking to him. I did my 30 compressions, and I was talking to him and stuff, and he was moving. He was trying to, keep himself alive, basically, fighting for his life. He was out there fighting. He was out there moving. I was talking to him, asking him, could he hear me? And he was just moving, he was moving. He was trying to fight for his life.
So when I got the call, I had walked off because I was fed up. I was going to meet him at the house. My homeboy, Mike, come running down from the party and stuff. He's like, he got a still look on his face. I'm just looking like, you know, man, what's going on, bro? I'm finna tell him why I'm finna go. He like, they said Brandon got shot in the head. My body just tensed up and I froze like, Brandon who? Not my Brandon, but Brandon who? I get the phone, there was nothing but, you know what I'm saying, people crying, you know what I'm saying, nothing but shouts of, you know what I'm saying, everybody crying and just shouting out, and it was, I knew it was bad. So the first thing I said was, take me to his mom. So I got here to the house, door was open, I found mama, she was screaming, and I come there like, mama, you know what I'm saying, I think you're gonna tell me something, tell me it's not real. But it was real, and I just went outside and I started crying. But I was still trying to be hopeful, like it wasn't the worst case scenario, you know.
And I was there on that couch, and I got that phone call. It was my older son, and he was crying and yelling. He said, "Mom." I said, "What, boy, what?" He said, "They shot Brandon in the head." I said, "What?" He said, "They shot Brandon in the head." Why did they shoot Brandon in the head? He said, "Why did they shoot?" I said, "What? I'm on my way." I said, "I'm on my way." I didn't know where I was going, but I was on my way. I said, "I'm on my way." And I hung up from him and I started calling people, and I couldn't get nobody because it was late. You know, I couldn't get nobody. Then I got my sister, and I told her, I said, "They shot Brandon. We gotta go. She thought I meant my other son, but it wasn't. And then time I got up, I didn't know what to do. The dog just started barking because that's Brandon's dog. He just started barking. I'm telling him to shut up, just hush, be quiet. And I was steady trying to call people, and then Kobe, he came through the front door and he said, "Ma, where's Brandon?" I said, I don't know. I said, I heard this too.
The night that Brandon got killed, I was at the gas station. I say maybe around 15 police cars going towards the east side. I immediately knew something major had happened. So I followed the cars to Kelly Pub, and the captain seen me, and he was like, "If you want to be some help, go to the ER." On my way to the ER, my son called me and was like, "Somebody got shot." And I got to the ER, and I never seen nothing like it before. It was at least 100 people on scene, police cars everywhere. I called my pastor to come down. It was chaos.
They would not let nobody in. But she was alongside the hundreds of people outside the locked-down Memorial Hospital, where an ambulance transported Williams.
He could get through, nobody's family could get through. This whole thing out here was full of people.
I served as a chaplain on the South Bend Police Department for 18 years. I'm wearing the chaplain uniform, which I wore on June 23rd when I was awakened out of my bed and asked to come to Memorial Hospital. Once arriving, I saw what I've never seen before in those 18 years of service. Young people frustrated because of a shooting at Kelly's Pub. It was a mass shooting that took the life of Brandon Williams. During this event, young folk was outside of the hospital demanding their right to see their loved ones and to console those that was wounded. The hospital was barricaded with police, and they were trying to keep the crowd calm.